the key things about dictionary. We said dictionary items are ordered. They are changeable and they do not allow duplicates. Let me write it down, please. So I said dictionary items are ordered, changeable, and does not allow duplicates. All right. So if you want to check the value, if you want to print the brand value of the dictionary, what do you do? If you want to print the brand value of the dictionary, what do? You print. Remember, print is a function. That will give it Toyota. Do we still understand that? Please, if you don't understand.
Yeah, that's good. I understand that.
Okay. You know, you can also decide to run this. If the first one and the second one are still the same, it's going to give you the same output, right? So if you want to get the brand value, that's what you do. That's the code. But I always prefer you use print. So when we say that dictionaries are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order and that order will not change. Do we understand that? When we mean that the dictionary are ordered, we mean that the items of the dictionary have a defined order and that order cannot change. Now, order means that the item does not have a defined order. You cannot refer to an item by using an index. Do we understand the two differences? When we say that elements of a dictionary are ordered, it means that the items have defined order and that order cannot be changed. If you want to add an element, a value to the list of elements in the dictionary, you only append, you only put it to the last value. You can't add it randomly. So that's what we mean by the elements being ordered. That means that we have a defined order and that order cannot change. When we say that it's unordered, it means that the item does not have a defined order. There's no sequence, defined order. You cannot refer to an element by using an index. Please, can that person mute his mic? Please mute your mic, please. Hello. Can you please mute your mic? All right, thank you. So, admin, please mute that person's mic. Thank you. So the few characteristics of dictionary are: one, they are changeable. Dictionary are changeable, meaning that we can change, we can add or remove items from the dictionary that has been created. Two, duplicates are not allowed. Dictionary cannot have two items with the same key. Please note that dictionary cannot have two items with the same key. Duplicates are not allowed. The elements of the dictionary are changeable, meaning that we can change, add or remove items from the dictionary that has been created. Example is, if we want to change the listing brand, we can decide to change the brand by using the key.
Oh, I can see your legs are swollen. If I wish, I'm going to add the. Look at it. Yes. Jesus is. Want to back your hair, change your clothes for you. Today,
all right. So we have changed the value to Benz. So if you run the variable again, car, you will notice that the Benz. Are we okay with that? Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So another thing you should understand is that that duplicate values will overwrite an existing one. Duplicate values overwrite an existing one. Is that okay? Are we okay?
Yes.
Duplicate values overwrite an existing one. We have said that before. How many of you understood what I mean by duplicate values override an existing one?
Yeah, I think I do, please.
Could you explain to us what you mean, or what we mean by duplicate values override an existing one?
Yeah, what that means is that when you introduce a new element, it takes the one introduced and lets go of the old one.
Okay. Can you create a example of that?
I didn't log on to Navigator tonight, please.
No, you can put it on the chat. You can put it on the chat box. I'll pick it up. So what I'm saying
class,
is,
I'll try and put it on the chat.
What I'm trying to say now is, remember what we said in dictionary. We said that dictionary cannot have two items with the same key. The keys in dictionaries are unique. That's what I'm trying to explain. The keys in dictionary, they are unique. Dictionary cannot have items with two keys. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
can we mute our mic if we are not speaking, please? I think it's
all right.
Just ideal for us to do that.
So let me explain that, what I mean by dictionaries cannot have two items with the same key. For instance, we have the year, the value of year is 1964. If we introduce another value for year, (1965), this 1965 will override this because it beats the standard of a dictionary, the convention of a dictionary. We said dictionary cannot have two items with duplicate keys. That we have two items inside here with duplicate keys. We have year as 1964 and year as 1965. The most current one will override the former one. So if you run this and you run the kit again, have you noticed that? Are we okay with that?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, it's
Is
clear.
it clear?
Yes.
Is
It's
it clear?
Yes, please.
So let me put it here so that, let me put a comment here so that you will understand what I mean by this. We still understand why I use hash. This is to indicate that what I put on top of this code is a comment, that interpreter should ignore that. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, that's clear.
Okay. So I'm going to put the second line of comments. If you want to introduce a second line of comments, you also still have to put hash again. So we said comment one, dictionaries cannot have two items with the same key. Relate existing values. So we introduce a duplicate value here, year. There's year here, and we introduce another year. So the current one will overwrite the former one. That's why when we run the script, it returns year value as 1965. Are we fine with that?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So those are some of the characteristics of a dictionary that we are looking at. Okay. The first characteristic, we said that these dictionaries are changeable, meaning that we can change, add or remove items after the dictionary has been created. Okay, we've dealt with that. Okay, dictionary length. So if you want to know, the number of elements inside the dictionary, do that by using the function called length. So to determine how many items are in a dictionary, we use the length function. Maybe are we okay with that? Are we okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
So you can see that we have the number of items in this dictionary is the same thing as the length. If somebody asks you what's the number of items that we have in this dictionary, you can get that by using the length function. Is that okay? So even if you say length of car, it will still give you the same output. Is that okay? But I prefer, like I said, I prefer is hello.
Sorry, sir. Why are you using LEN? You said length.
L is the same thing. Yeah, it's a short function of it. It's a short way of saying length.
But what if you use the full pronunciation, please?
No, you can't use. It's a convention. It's a standard. So you use length, LEN. Don't worry, you don't have to put all these things in your head.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
The more you run the more you practice, you discover that it will stick to your head. Sometimes you have to go. I don't have all the codes in my head.
Okay.
You understand? Most times I refer to my materials, or I go to the site, the website, or I Google it to find out. You understand? You're not expected to have all the functions in your head, all the methods in your head. No. Just that you understand the concept. You know what to do. You can always pick a framework that is already existing and edit it to fit whatever you want to do. The functions are already there. Do you understand? The codes, most of these codes are already there. It's just for you to understand it. You can pick it, edit it to fit what you want. Okay, that's by the way, anyway. So, okay, let me take this off.
Sorry.
So we are clear with this, right?
Yeah, but sorry, excuse me. So I guess because it's a number, that's why even when you don't use the function print, it doesn't come out in quotes, right?
No, irrespective. No. If you look at this dictionary the values of this dictionary is a combination of integer and string. Look at this. This is an integer. 1965 is an integer. There's no code. Have you noticed that I've not quoted this?
Put it in quotes.
It's not quoted. This is not quoted. It's only the key that is quoted. This is not quoted.
Yeah.
This is quoted. When you're looking at the dictionary, what you're looking at. Now, let me explain something. The key in a dictionary is the same thing as index in a list. Understand? Are we okay with that? In a list, do you notice that in a list, each element of the list occupies a unique position? You can't have two elements that occupies the same position. Is that okay? Do you remember that?
That's fine. Yeah, yes.
Now, in a dictionary, value has a unique key. You can't have two values that have the same key. That's what we just established now. You can't have two values that have the same key. If you have two values that have the same key, that's a duplicate. The recent one will override the former one. That's what we just established here, all right? So in a dictionary, the key is like is an index. It's like is the same thing like an index for a list. For instance, in a list, remember in a list, let's say list of numbers. Remember in the list of numbers, let's say we have this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. These are lists of 6 numbers. Now, each of these numbers occupies a unique position. Remember, we said that Python is 0 base index.
Yeah.
Number 1 occupies 0 position. Number 2 occupies 1. Number 3 occupies 2. Number 4, the element 4 occupies 3. The element 5 occupies 4. Element 6 occupies 5.
Yeah.
So each of them occupies a unique position. That's why you can reference them. Do you understand? There are no two elements that occupies the same position. Is that clear? Are we fine with that?
Yeah, that's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no two elements occupies the same position. That makes them unique. That makes it easy for you to reference them. You can reference them with their index because they occupy a unique position. So the same thing is, so now if you say numbers, um, 4, it will print out. Oh, this is taking. Why is it giving me 9? There's a code somewhere.
You want?
There's a code somewhere.
That's what Sunday is saying now.
There's a code somewhere.
Maybe you check the previous.
Maybe because you wrote the
Okay,
numbers in capital letter.
Oh, I wrote in capital letters.
Oh,
yeah, that's true. That's true. That person is smart. That person is smart. So it was referencing another script somewhere. I think I have another script somewhere.
Yeah, I'm up there, yeah.
There's a script. I have another script, another list somewhere up that has numbers. So it was referencing this. Can you see it was referencing this now?
Exactly.
This 9.
Yeah.
So it's referencing a former script. So now this one will override that one. Is that okay? So if you put 4 now, it will print out 5. Index is very key. You understand? Index, these are things that you must really, that should stick into your head. Index is very, very key. You will see it repeat. It will repeat not just in this Python. It repeats in I think does it repeat in SQL? I can't remember, but it's key. Index is very key. It repeats in Power BI. It repeats in Power BI when you're talking about indexing your indexing columns. I think data sets, something like that. So it's very key. It's something that you must understand. So index, key is to what index is to list. Are we fine with that?
Yes, please.
So for the dictionary, the values can be, you can get each of these values by referencing their keys. The key. If you discover that each value is mapped to a key, Toyota is mapped to a brand, so that brand is the key. So if you want to get the value of this brand, if you want to get the value of this brand, so if you want to get Toyota, what you need to do is to reference brand. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So remember we said the value of a dictionary can be of any data type. The value of a dictionary can be of any data type. Now let me explain that. Let me explain that. And I want to be very, very detailed today so that some of you will understand.
Before you go far, Mr. Aaron, what I wanted you to help me clear or confirm is, when you now want to run print learn car,
Okay.
in the previous command, we could either say print learn car or we could just say learn car. When
you could use
yeah,
you could use any of the two.
any of the two without So when I noticed that the other one, because they were not numbers or integers, without using the function print, the result came out with the number 3 came out unquoted. So I'm saying I want to
if you use
believe
the issue now is, so what happened, the difference between prints, the difference between prints and the other one, length card, the other one, what prints does that prints outputs the value. Do you understand? So it gives you the value, whereas the other one it prints screen the value, doesn't output the value. So that's why I say use print more times. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
but for
So
this
print,
number, it didn't come out quoted. That's what I'm saying. Is it? I believe it's because it's an integer, is a number. That's why it
yeah,
didn't come
it's
out.
because it's an integer. It's because
Oh,
it's an
okay, yeah.
integer.
I wanted
Yeah.
to confirm that.
Yeah,
thank you.
that's okay because it's an integer. So what I wanted to say is that the values in dictionary items can be of any data type. Okay. For instance, let's go back to this thing. Okay, for instance, let's go back to car. All right. So brand. So the brand now is let's use Ford. Okay. Ford is no, let me not say car. Let me just say dictionary. I know what I'm saying. Okay. Electrical. False. Yeah. $1965. Color. Colors. Red. White. Blue. Okay, let me see use car. But if I use it to override the other one, but no problem. Car, two. All right. So I said,
Use vehicle.
hello?
Okay, sorry. I was saying you can use vehicle if you want.
So if you look at this, this example, I said the values in a dictionary can be of any data type. Is that okay? So the first value of brand Ford is a string. Is okay. So you can put a string. The second value, false, is a Boolean value. True or false is a Boolean value. Is that okay? Remember I said there's a data type called Boolean. Boolean is a data type, and the value of a Boolean is true or false. This is an integer. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
And this
It's a list.
and this a list.
Yeah.
Are we fine with that?
Yes.
So you can see now that the dictionary, the values of a dictionary can be of any data type. If you run this oh, something is not correct. Can somebody what is wrong?
Comma after the year
Check what is
1965.
wrong.
There is no
Can
comma.
somebody check what is wrong?
There is no comma
This
after
is
1965.
this is where the issue is. There's no comma here. Did somebody get that?
Yes, someone mentioned that just now.
Okay, that's correct. Can somebody check again what's wrong? Something is wrong. Somebody should check that. Something is wrong. I need somebody to. I need somebody
We
to.
can't see what the error message is.
Okay. False is not
Okay,
defined.
false is not initialized.
False is not defined. False is not.
quoted.
Yeah, so the F should be capitalized. I know.
Correct. That's correct. It shouldn't be a this thing. It's a keyword.
Yeah.
Is that okay? So have you noticed that once you introduce a keyword, the color changes? Are we fine with that? Who said who said that thing that it's not a thing initialized?
Karim.
Are you returning students?
Yes.
Oh, I understand. Okay. Okay.
Please, can you put back the comments again?
Yeah, you can
Like,
put the comment. If you put the comment, it will work. So if you put the comments here, like here, you put the comment here. This is a string. This is a Boolean. This is an integer. And this is a list.
the list here.
Was never close. Somewhere was not close.
The 1965 an integer, I guess.
I'm commenting on this, so that's the reason. Boolean
Line
for
4.
something Boolean electrical false Boolean false Boolean. So there should be comma here. There shouldn't be comma here. There shouldn't be comma here. The comma should come here.
Okay,
Comma should come
after
here.
before the comments.
Yes. For the comment. Shouldn't come after the comments. I think that should run.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So so that's that. You can even check to know what type of data structure it is. How do you check to know what type of data structure it is to convince yourself that it's a dictionary? You can say you use a function called type, type. Cats. So if you run this, it will tell you that this is a dictionary.
As 2, right?
No, I didn't put the right thing.
The cast should be, there's no S in the first one.
Can you see that? It returns a dictionary, right? Can we see that?
Yes.
If you want to know what type of data structure is this, it will return a dictionary. So if you have, for instance, okay, let me show you something else. For instance, you say we want to bring out the values for color. Say car to colors. What?
Red, white. Red, white, blue. Okay.
What's this? What's this output?
Looks like a list.
That's the list. How do you
That's a
know that
list.
this is a? How do you know that? How will you convince yourself that it's a list? What you need to do is, you know that this is an output. You can say type. You carry all of this and put inside type. And run it. What is this?
List.
List. All right. So another one is car 2, and you have Ford. Why is it not giving me? No, brand, rather. What's giving you? Ford, right?
Yes.
So what type of data is this? Data type is this. All you need to do is say type. String. Carry this and put it here. It will now explain to you what type of data type is this output. If you run this, what does it give you?
String.
String. Is that okay? So if you now say car 2 electricals, it gives you false. So what you now need to do is type, carry this and put inside here and run it to give you what? Bool.
Boolean.
That is the same thing as Boolean.
Boolean.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So
Yes, I think it's clear, not this way.
If you say car 2 and you carry this here, the key is here, and run it, give 1965. If you say type, you carry it and put inside here and run to give you an integer. Int is the short form of integer. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Excuse
So,
me.
please.
Excuse me. Is Boolean the same thing as string?
No, Boolean is not the same thing as string. Boolean is an outcome of, Boolean value is a different data type. Just like saying, is this true? You have either yes or no. You understand?
Okay, so that was Boolean.
That's Boolean. Boolean has 2 values. Boolean has false or true.
Okay.
Boolean value, you mostly have Boolean value when you are doing comparison. When you are doing comparison, that's when you have Boolean value. Just like saying, is this car is it an electrical car? So the
Okay.
answer is a yes or a no. If it's a
Okay.
yes, that means it's true. If it's a no,
Mm.
that means it's false. Is that clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very clear.
So that's that with Boolean. Boolean is a different thing from, this is a different data type from a string. You will understand better when we are implementing, when we start series frame on Tuesday. So that's that. So what even brought us here? We're saying that that the values in dictionary terms can be of any data type. It can be a string. The values of a dictionary can be a string. The values of a dictionary can be an integer. The values of a dictionary can be a Boolean. The values of a dictionary can be a list. Is that okay? So we also established that lists, the values of lists can be, you can get the values of a list by referencing the index position of that list. We said that what index is what key is to a dictionary. Is that okay? So index position is unique for each element of a list. The key of a dictionary is unique. You can't have two keys. You can have multiple values, but you can't have two keys. Is that okay? Let me explain that. You can have multiple values. You can have duplicate values, but you can't have duplicate keys. Is that okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yes, please.
Please, if you don't understand, let me know. Does that make sense? You can have duplicate keys, but you can't have duplicate value. Hello? Hello?
I'm with you.
Am I confusing someone?
A bit.
Okay, so I said you can have duplicate values, but you can't have duplicate keys. We've already cited an example that if you have duplicate keys,
Okay.
the value of the last key will override
Override
the value of the
existing
second one.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Now let's do something else. Remember in this case here, we said you can't have, as a dictionary cannot have two items with the same key.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But you can have different, you can have the same, you can have duplicate values, but you can't have duplicate keys. Let me explain that with an example. Let me take this out and put this as
That'll be month.
no, model.
Oh.
Model 2. Camry. Can you see that we have duplicate values? There's a model here as Camry. There's another model here as Camry. There's model 2 as Camry.
Sir,
Can you see
please
that?
close my door.
Is it clear? Is it clear? Is somebody?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So can you understand? Can you see the concept? You can. What I'm trying to say is that the keys are unique. The keys are unique. You
No,
can't
me
have
too.
two keys. Do you understand? The keys are unique. You can't have two keys. but the values you can have duplicate values. Is that okay? The same thing is applicable to list. Remember list, we said, let's say apple. You can have orange, let's say fruits. You can have orange. You can have apple. You can even have another apple again. Is that okay? No, you're having this because this is index. Each of them have a unique position. This is 0 position. This is 1 position. This is 0 position. This is 1 position. This is position 2. Do you understand? Are you with me?
Yes.
So you can say fruits. One, it will print apple. You can still say fruits. 2, it will still print apple. Do you know why? Because this is apple at position 1. This is apple at position. Apples that you're seeing here are 2 different apples. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now let me explain this. It's just like saying, okay, that on an ATM, maybe people are queuing on an ATM machine. It's possible for you to have 2 people that are from a different people that are different, 2 different people bearing the same name. You can have cola on position 3, and you have another cola on position 4. Do you understand? There's a possibility of that, of having maybe 3 people are on the queue. The first person is Peter, the second person is cola, the third person is cola.
Yeah.
It's not duplicates. You can easily say, oh, cola, you can say, please, you can say cola, they will now ask you, which cola are you referring to? You say the cola on the second position cola. Can you see now that the position distinguish them?
That's fine.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So if you say cola, there are 2 people bearing cola on the queue now, but you can distinguish them. If you say cola, the 2 of you turn their eyes, you now say no, the one at the front or the one behind. Is that clear? So the position they are occupying distinguish them. So because of they occupy a unique position, it can accommodate duplicate values, therefore causing issues. So it can accommodate duplicate values because each value is assigned to a unique position. So that makes them unique on its own, even when they have the same identification, the same name, yet they have the same name, yet they are unique. So what makes them unique is the position that they occupy. So if you look at this now, somebody will look at this and think that this is the same with this. No, they are not the same with this. So the first apple is apple position 1. The second apple is apple position 2. We are okay with that, right?
Yes.
Are we okay with that?
Yes, please.
So just like in a dictionary, in a list, you can't have you can't have 2 occupying the same position. They can't occupy it. So if you want to manipulate elements of a list, what do you use to manipulate the element of the list? Is the index position that you use. Once you know the index position of any list, you can do anything you want to do with that list. You can change the person, you can change that list, you can do anything, any operations you want to do, you can do on the list. So far you understand the index, the position. Just like this now, you understand the position. So you can decide to change this position. You can decide to change apple of this to say equals to quiver. The reason why you're able to do this because you understand the position. So if you now run down, you see the position, that one has changed.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So once you understand indexing, you can carry out any operation on the list. Please take note of that. That's a very strong point. Once you understand the concept of indexing, you can do any operation on lists. Once you understand the concept of key in a dictionary, you can do any operation. You can carry out any operation on a dictionary. Is that okay? Remember on the dictionary, we said dictionary is key value pair. What index is to a list is what key is to a dictionary. So if you want to change any value of the dictionary, what you need to do is reference the key. Once you reference the key, you can carry out the operation on the values in the dictionary. I hope we are clear with that.
Yes.
For instance, this is a dictionary. The key Toyota is brand. So once you just say car, brand, you can change the brand to Nissan. Do you understand? Is that okay?
Yes.
You can even change the brand to a list of different brands. Do you understand? You can change the brand to Nissan. You can change. Let me show you guys how powerful this is. You can change this to Nissan. Toyota. Benz. Do you understand? Do you understand? Can you see what we can even change this? We can even change the data type. Is no more. This is no more. Is no more. And it is no more. The value is no more an integer. It has become a list.
Yes.
Is that clear? So if you run car now, see what you have. Can you see what you're now having? That the model becomes a list of values.
Yes, I'm no longer a string.
It's no longer a string. Do you understand? Can you see what we're doing now? Do you understand now? So once you understand the key, that everything in the dictionary revolves around the key, you understand everything. Because all the operations that you're going to carry out on your dictionary is tied to the key of each value in the dictionary. All the operations you're going to carry out on a list is tied to the index position of each element of those lists. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Please, if you don't understand, ask me a question. Please, if you don't understand, ask me a question. Please, if you don't understand, ask me a question, please. Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
We're with you. We're with you.
Yeah, I just want. I'm done. No, I'm done. So I'm waiting for people to ask me questions, random questions on the areas you don't understand. I think did anybody have a problem with loop? Did anybody have problem with loop? Hello, did anybody have problem with loop?
Yes, please, I have problem with loop.
Loop is the simplest, so I don't know why you have problem with loop. It's the simplest. So
I've
loop is
also
all
said
about
Can you please
Mm.
explain this last one again for me? I'm lost.
which one? Which one,
Talking
please?
about index and values.
Okay, index and values.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that for a list, all the values inside a list, all the elements in a list are indexed. You understand? I said index. Index means they are assigned a position. That's what index means. They are assigned a position. So I use example, real life example. I said in a real life example. I don't know whether that is obtainable in UK, but I'm very sure while you were in Nigeria, I had the privilege of queuing at the ATM machine. Hello? Is that the person that asked me a question?
Yes.
Please give me your attention. So while you were in Nigeria, you had the opportunity of queuing at the ATM machine. So every other person that come after you stay behind you, right? Even though sometimes it may not happen like that. But that's the normal way. That's the normal way it's supposed to be done. Every person that comes after you start behind you. All right? So by default, in our consciousness, we know that the first person is number 1. The last person is number whatever is the last. If the last person is the 9th person, the last person is number 9. All right. Do you understand? So for instance, you are number 2 and you came there, you are the second person, you're number 2, and you came there, maybe let's say you're number 5. You came there and you're the 5th person. All of a sudden, maybe the person that is carrying out transaction is taking time. Okay, you want to excuse yourself. What do? You tell the person, hey, I'm number this. When you're back, what do? You put yourself back in your position. Why? Because you had already defined a position. There's a position that is existing. Do you understand? So there's a position that is assigned to you. So when you come back, you can easily see yourself because you have a position on that queue. So the same thing is applicable to a list. Every element of a list has a position. And we said that Python uses zero-based index. So the first element on the norms should be number 1, but in Python, the first element is 0. It starts with 0. So the first element is given the position. The second element is given the position of 1. You know, in a natural sense, we don't attach value to 0. 0 is not seen as a number that has value. But we are dealing here with 0 is seen as a value. So the first person is assigned number 0. The second person 1. The third person whoever is the last person. Do you understand? So you could have a situation where this person is bearing the same name with the third person. The first person could be Peter, and the third person could be Peter. Do you understand? Are you with me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, the first person can be Peter, the third person can be Peter. So that is allowed. It doesn't cause problem. Why? Because we already know the position of the first person. We know the position of the third person. Do you understand? So for instance, somebody came and say, oh, please, who is Peter? The first question they will ask is, which of Peter? The person can look at the crowd and say, the one on the first position is the one I'm referring to. Can you see now? So the position has resolved that conflict of which Peter is referencing. Do you understand? So in a list, we pay attention to the index. We don't even pay much attention to the value. We pay attention to the index because once you understand the index position of each of the values inside the list, you can carry out all the operations you want to carry out. You can substitute the value in a list once you know the position of that value. you can delete the value on it. Once you know the position, you can carry out a lot of operations. You can delete, you can replace. Replace is the same thing as substitute. You understand? We just carry out a replace. We just replace a string with a list. Why was it easy for us to do that? Because we understand the key. Now I said that in a dictionary, the key, the same way an index is to a list, a key is to a dictionary. Remember, we said that a dictionary is a collection of key value paste element, key value paste element, key value. Don't worry. I think from next week, this will make more sense. Once we start series and data frame, you understand the whole, everything will start making sense. So dictionary, the element of a dictionary are key value paste, key value paste. But I said that the key of every element in dictionary is unique. You can have two keys at the same time. If you have two keys at the same time, the value that you assign to the recent key will overwrite the value that was in the former key because it prohibits convention. But you can have multiple values. You can have duplicate values. You can't have duplicate key. Is that okay? Is that clear? Hello, is that clear?
Yeah.
So that's the whole concept of list and dictionary. List and dictionary. So list and dictionary, we said that list and dictionary is a type of data structure. Data structure. So this one has a different way in which data is, while this one has a different way in which data is. We have tuple and we have set. I've not touched that. I said people should read up on it. It's not that important to me, all right? So I asked people to read up on sets. It's also a type of data structure in Python. I've asked people to read up on tuple. You may never use it. That's why I didn't spend time to discuss on that. But it's good you read about it so that you understand, all right? So I also carry out some simple operations on dictionary. If you want to know the number of elements in a dictionary, how do you find that? It's by using length. When you use length, you use length, you use len. So length. So once you use len and put the variable that you have assigned the dictionary to inside the bracket, it will give you the number of elements inside the list. I think we did that here. I think we did that here. So it gives you the number of elements inside the list. All right. So that's basically that. Okay. So okay, I think that's that. So who else has a question? Do you have another question, areas that you don't understand? Hello.
I don't know if you can see touch on loop. You said that's very, very simple. So
yeah, the reason why I didn't want to touch on loop because loop is a problem. I didn't expect that to be a problem for you guys. Let me bring out the material. Okay, can you see my screen?
yes.
Can you guys see my screen? Yeah. So I said you can loop through the list items by using a for loop. All right. What is the meaning of loop? Looping means you're printing the elements one by one. And there are two basic ways of doing that. You can either use while loop or for loop. All right. So I would prefer you concentrate with for loop. Is very simple. It's as easy as ABC. You can study while loop later. You know, you can go the same thing, all right? The while loop and the for loop, but it's good you know both. But for loop is very straightforward, all right? So you can use for loop or you can use while loop. This is an example of a for loop that we implemented, all right? We assign this is a list of our fruits, all right? Are we okay?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Yeah, remove the T exactly.
Can somebody tell me what the problem is? So
Where
nobody
I
has
could
seen.
see that print is starting with 4. So there should be indentation.
I'm in shock, Baba.
There
I think
should
it's
be
shock.
indentation.
There's a
You don't
problem of
comment on that.
indentation now. It's the
Yes.
I don't
indentation
know.
problem.
Indentation, yeah.
Now I also see my I also.
I think 4 should start from beginning. 4 should be taken to the beginning of the code, of the line code.
You mean 4?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Print should step forward.
correct. Yeah. Who is that?
Karim.
I told you, remember we said the well, do you understand? And if your codes are not properly indented, it won't run. It won't run. That's the issues that we just had here. If your codes are not properly indented, it won't run. It will throw up that error. Is that okay? So now let's go back to the main thing. That's not what we are talking about now. So we said for X in fruit. Now we already assigned the list of fruits to a list called fruits. So we answer for X in fruit. That for X in fruit means for the elements in the list fruit, print X. You understand that X is for elements in the fruit, print elements in the fruit, in the variable
Answer.
fruit. Is that okay? Is that okay? For X fruit means for elements for all fruits, print the element. Does it make sense?
No.
Listen to the progression. We've assigned lists to fruit. Do you understand? Instead of saying for all these fruits, for all these fruits inside fruit, for all the elements, this X represents all the elements here. You're saying for X inside fruit. You see, you have assigned all these fruit into the variable called fruit. Is that okay? Do you understand to that point?
Yes.
Hello? You have assigned
Yes.
all the elements here to this called fruit. If you print fruits now, if you print fruit, you have this. Is it not so? Because all of these are stored inside the variable called fruit. Are we okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So you're now saying for all these fruits, for all these elements inside the variable fruit, print X, print the elements one by one. That print X means I'll put each of one, pick out one after the other, pick out one after the other, I'll put each of them. Do you understand?
Yes, can we add it as a comment in front of print X?
So print X here means I'll put one by one. That one means the same thing as saying for all the fruits They're saying for all the fruits. These are the list of fruits stored inside the variable fruit. So that's what I'm saying for X in fruit.
After which everybody bed is 5 minutes to bedtime.
I have 4 minutes more. I'm shutting down by 10. You're saying for X in all these elements inside fruits. Apple, banana, cherries stored inside the print X. That means output one by one. So if you run it, this code now, you see it will output it one by one, following the sequence in which they are input into the bag. See, you see, you have, the first one was apple, the second banana, the third is cherry. So you're asking that this code should output all the elements of this list stored inside fruits one by one. That's the meaning of this code. For X in fruits, print X. Is that okay?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's all about loop. So that's what I'm saying. It's very simple. So I don't want you to you can read up the, all right. You can read up the while loop. While loop takes advantage of the index. The elements of of the fruit one by one. So you iterate them. After you drop the first one, it will increment again. It picks another one. And there's a while loop. The while loop is like a break. It said while it is within this range, output. So you can play that. I've given you that option. If it's interesting. You don't just limit yourself to options. So you don't just limit yourself to for loop. You can use while loop. You can use others. Go through the same concept. So I wasn't expecting you to have problem with loops. Okay. Are we fine?
Yes.
Yes, but I remember last time you sent another one for X in range.
Those range, that's what I'm saying. Those are options. I gave you options. I don't want you to stick to one. Do you understand? Range is another option. You can choose to use range. You understand?
Okay.
I can say that this is a length. You know, range, if you see, range is a function. And look at this. I can say the range. What is the range of this?
We can't see.
You can see.
The code. Maybe you need to scroll up. Yeah.
Hope I'm correct. I just want to be sure I'm correct. Range not defined. I hope I'm correct. Yeah. You understand? So if it, now this is list. That's the range here is 0 and 3. You understand? 0 and 3, that means 0, 1, 2. It doesn't pick the last one. So the range is 0 and 3. So you can say, so this, I think I did something for, I said for X, for X in range. Print X. I think I did something like that. I can't remember. For X in range. For X in range. Range is that's 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1. I can't remember that code. But for X, where is it?
For this, now you just looped it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it will iterate 0, 1, 2.
Yeah, it's correct.
It's correct. It's correct. That's not what I wanted to print. Let me check. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, this is it. It's correct.
Yes, answer. Come, can you go to bed? What is the issue?
Is apple, the position of 1 is banana, the position of 2 is cherry. 2 is just go through that. But
I'm going to send her
just
outside this night.
settle with this. Settle with this for I and X fruit. Straightforward, please. I'll take one more question, then I will be shut down. Can we take one more question?
Yeah, my question is this, please. Yeah, I want to appreciate your commitment, towards ensuring some of us that are struggling get this on time, and you've actually done a good job. But my question, is there a way you can, I'm sure in a 1 hour video, maybe just in a single video, can you demonstrate all these I've been teaching before we get to data frame, so that we can have this, so it's like probably we are checking these YouTube videos. Maybe all the explanation you are making, if you can just do it in a video at your own private time. I'm just thinking about it.
Hello, can I come in there, please?
Okay, please. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
See, this Saturday and Sunday is not part of the program at all. Having this session with each one is an opportunity.
Honestly, yeah, I agree with
is
you, sir.
only assigned, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and if people are having issues, to deal with it. He is doing these 2 hours yesterday and today. He is doing that from his own personal time.
Yeah.
Again, there is no amount of, we need to do our own personal learning. There is no way we can teach you everything from A to Z. This is a 50-50 journey. I always say this from the very beginning. We do our own bits, then we expect people to go above and beyond what has been covered. You need to make mistake yourself. Making a mistake is not a taboo or you don't know what you are doing. If you don't make that mistake, there's no way you can learn. So asking to make another 1 hour of his own time again, even from me to him, I cannot ask him that.
No. I'm not asking for a Zoom meeting anymore.
I know it's Zoom, but he's still going to create a 1 hour of his own time to do that.
So that it can just be dropped on that our platform. Whoever that is not available at the time of this teaching can make reference and they can go through the lectures at a.
This is not a lecture. This is to bring everyone up to speed. What you had yesterday and today is not a lecture. That is, I'm just recording today for the sake of recording. Yesterday I didn't record because the session was meant for those who are still lagging behind to come on board and to tackle the issue. So we should actually appreciate him for dedicating, that is 4 hours of his own personal time for yesterday and today. Why? Just because he wants his student, for everyone to be on the same page.
But it's good we do the video now. At least we still paid now, Mr. Akin. Just pity us now. It's not everybody that is speaking up. It's like you're upset. I know it's because of me.
I'm not upset. I'm sounding like this.
So you're really upset from the way you are really upset. Not that myself, Anita, I'm not doing it intentionally. This is what we want to achieve. You understand? What the other guy said is right. We know he doesn't have time. Whenever at his own time, like not putting pressure on him. Whenever, you understand?
But can I say that we have the recording saved? Are you saying that you should give this recording for this revision? Because this, what he has taught today, is in the original recording that we have on our, that you can access through the profile as well. If understanding.
My only challenge is I don't even know where that original recording is. I was going to ask actually.
You can, is on our profile. Maybe if you put a message in the group, an admin person can put you through. You can log in and you have the recording. Our normal classes are always recorded, and everything he has done today is the same as what we have in recording. He just went through what we did in class. Even I am not there yet, but those recordings come in handy. So I don't think they don't want to give the recording. We have it already.
I'm not even saying I'm not giving recording now. It's like people are trying to misunderstand what I'm saying. I said yesterday's one, I didn't record. Number one, I totally forgot to record that. Number two, it's not even a lecture. It's to tackle issue. So it's not like we are going from A to B, B to C and all of that. The session was made to tackle issues for people who are still having a problem. Tosin is one of the old students. He can bear me witness. Do you have any extra sessions, like 2 days?
No.
People lagging behind before?
We've never had.
No,
we never had.
Never had.
Before Python, never.
So that is what I'm saying. This is an opportunity that, he is giving his time to satisfy his students. We shouldn't take that for granted. This is not me being angry or mad. Why should I? He reached out to me to say, you know what, I can please arrange meeting for yesterday and today.
Yeah, Mr. King, thank you so much. Honestly, I know your points of view, and my question again is, I know we have the video recorded. I've been participating. Sometimes I'm also not half of the class. I'm out for other personal things. What I'm saying is that I appreciate what he is doing. I've called him like 3 or 4 times, and he has tried to explain several things, and I'm getting it. Honestly, I'm getting it. But I'm just saying that for us not to be having repeated classes, that some will be there, some will not be there. Just maybe a 1 hour, he will just do it. I'm not saying he should call everybody. He will now do it, explain it by himself and post whoever that is needy, go and look at my video. That will give.
Hello,
you-
can I come in?
Sorry, I'm just asking that from my own side.
Okay, I'd like to speak, please. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Thank you to Mr. Ian, Mr. Akin, and everybody else. Truth be told, I just feel that we just need to make time to go over those videos and practice more. That's just it.
Okay.
There's a platform that has all these videos uploaded, so people should just make time out to go over them in their own time. It's as simple as that. There's a
Well, I agree
limit
with you
to
totally.
that's it. It's as
Except you
simple as
want him
that.
to repeat the recording we've done in class again.
Mm.
Every
Yeah, and that's
You just need to make
and that's
time
the
out.
and that's the way we've been doing it. You go and go through the video. Whenever you have an issue, you cannot call up your tutor to ask those questions. It's as simple as
Case
that. If we
closed.
keep doing this, we keep doing
Case
this, we are
closed.
not
We
going
are
to
new
finish
here.
this
Which
thing.
one is case closed? We are new. I'm new. I'm new
Hold
to
on,
IT.
guys.
Which one is now case closed?
I'm new to
Hold
Python.
on,
We were
guys.
all
What
new.
you're saying is
We were
that
all new at the time. Sister, calm
we were,
down. You
we
were
are
all
even still
new.
new. We are even
guys.
still
We're
new.
also new.
I think everyone is different. You know, we can't really box ourselves into the same group. Some people know it. Some people are trying to know it. Some people don't even have an idea what they are doing. And it's very
Whether
nice.
returning or not, we've
Yeah,
not.
it's
I
very
have
important
never
to
done Python before.
it's very important to give everybody the benefit of doubts. And as you said, yes, people need to check the videos again in their own time to understand what they want to learn. But you need to also give them the chance to express how they feel. You understand? So it's help people, because the purpose of us coming here basically is to learn. And if people are not learning, then the purpose has been defeated.
No, see,
So
allow
that's what
me,
I feel.
please. Allow me. So we're not disputing that someone like me, I'm not even, is this revision that has helped me to keep tab to bring myself to stage. But what we're saying is maybe some people do not know that these recordings are available. The 1 hour you want him to do, he's already done it. That's what we're saying, that the class we had, he's already saved. So it's just, if you don't know how to get to the recording, even if you reach out to any of us that have access, we can show you. But it'll be a repeated recording if he does another 1 hour. Except there's a particular part you want him to explain to you, then you can meet one-on-one. Anyway, thank you for the opportunity.
I understand fully where everyone is coming from, but if people learn to trust me, right, there won't be any cause for alarm. Everybody on this session, whether they are old, whether they are new, everybody at the time, you know, everybody was new to all this, right? It might be like what you're doing now might be Greek to you. Yes, it will be Greek because it's something you haven't done before. Accepted. If you are not getting it now, accepted. You know, it's one of the things I sent to you, Anita, right? Don't get yourself worked up, right? You still have 4 other tools to come after this. If you think after that, you still don't understand Python, that is no problem. I can still put you on another class for Python. Right? All I'm saying is we should make A when the sun still shines. Right? Accepted. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you know, are the days for the training. Outside of these, people will have issues and all of that. Contact the facilitator. And I said, don't rely solely on the facilitator. Tap on the people. It's a community we are trying to build. Some people know it more than each other. Why don't we form that community, as in, instead of relying solely on the facilitator to solve every problem? You helping your colleague is you helping yourself, because by helping your colleague, you are knowing it, you are even knowing it more. And trust me, everyone on this call started somewhere from nothing at all. So I understand some people just joined that knows nothing. I understand. I fully understand. But if everyone can calm down and trust me with the process, everyone will be fine. But that being said, this journey is 50-50. Right? And I expect every party to do their own bit. We are going to do our own bit by ensuring that, we pass the necessary knowledge. On the other side, you have to do yours as well. Go above and beyond what has been covered in class. Let the videos, the recording is on LMS. Let it be your Nollywood for the next 3, 4, 5 months. If you pick it every single day, yes, it will be Greek to you, but trust me, it will start to make sense to you by the time you do it. You commit your time to it every single day. What I would disagree with is for Ian to go back again, record 1 hour of video and send it. That is what I'm going to disagree with. I am not saying A2N, sorry, I say I'm not saying A2N shouldn't assist. That is why we are here. We are not leaving you hanging. And that is the reason for the session that was held yesterday and today. We have some people that has already spent 3 months on this call, 2 months on this call, 1 month on this call, and we have the fresh one that just started. It has never happened before. And they can still, be confident of what they've learned so far. Despite the fact that they don't have any extra days aside the 2 days in a week. But they are still good. Why are they good? They are good because they committed their time, energy, sweat into the process. If you learn to trust and walk by what I say, everyone will be all right at the end of the day. But don't let us leave everything in the hand of the facilitator to do for us. We won't get anywhere. If you do it yourself, make that mistake. You learn from the mistake that you are making. If you are getting it right, you are not learning. Make the mistake. Go back to the video and, do everything all over again yourself. Make the mistake, then contact or reach out for support. That, oh, I'm getting error here. What is going on? It's the process of solving that issue for you. That is when actual learning is taking place. It is not when you are getting all the answers right. You are not learning anything. If you are getting everything right as you are doing it, you are not learning much. You learn better from your mistakes. And you can only make mistakes when you do it yourself. Learn to trust us and everyone will be fine. I fully understand everyone, but just know that everyone on this, whether old student or new student, they started somewhere as well. And nobody has done Python before. Nobody on this call has done Python before. Yeah, probably they've done SQL, they've done Power BI, they've done Tableau, but nobody on this call has done Python before. So please, let's put the facilitator into consideration as well. But most importantly, we can learn from each other. From the class, you know people that knows it. Contact them. That is why we are here. We are building a community. We don't want to be that one tree in a forest. Let's tap on the knowledge of everyone. Oh, if it's Karim that you notice that, oh, Karim seems to know this Python well. Yes, everybody is on the chat. If you don't even know Karim's number, on the chat, you can say, please, who is Karim? And Karim will identify himself, and you can private chat Karim if you want to. We need people at our corner, because when you get this job at the end of the day and you are stuck, the facilitator might not be there to help you out. So you need to leverage on the community, on the friends that you are building now. Please let us learn to do our own 50%. Please, please, and please. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Akin.
So okay, that's fine. Thank you, Mr. Akin. So we have the materials, and I think the video, sorry, the session has recorded. So you can combine the recorded session with the materials that are provided. And if you have any issue, after going through the materials and the videos for the sessions that have been recorded, you can always you can always drop the message on. Please take advantage of the help desk. I always emphasize, take advantage of the help desk. So that question you want to ask, another person be having a to ask that question. I feel if I answer it on the help desk, it gives the opportunity for everybody to assess the answer. So the class does not just end here, like Mr. Akin had said. While we are interacting in the class, somehow you're able to identify the ones that have understanding of what we are doing. So you don't need to come to, you can assess your colleagues as well, you know, but I'm not saying I'm not accessible, but try to also engage your colleagues. It's a network we are trying to build, like Mr. Akin rightly said. So let's take advantage of the colleagues that we have. Obviously, you will have people that are strong and that will understand better than you know. So engage them, talk with them. There are so many people that you will be surprised that there are other students that engage me on SQL, not even on Python. They engage me on SQL and will solve the issue. I will just sit down, the person will send me question on SQL. I will look at it, I will send the response back to the person. The person will run the script will run, you know. So I'm not just limiting myself to what we are studying now. It goes beyond what we are. In fact, I'm even helping some of them to review their projects. Some of them send their projects to me, which I'm going to review for them over the week, you know. So, but make that extra effort. It's not easy, but it's not difficult at the same time. That's all I can say. The only way you can get better is to get your hands dirty. You can't give 80% attention to your personal life, to your work, and give 20% to the class, and you think that you get value out of it. It won't work that way. The only way you can get value out of this is to commit yourself to it. Go outside the scope of what we discussed in the class. I told you that error is your friend. In anything that in data analytics, if you don't encounter error, you have not started learning. Error is your friend. Once you hit that error, that is when you have started learning. And you bring that error to the platform, we discuss it, and we solve it. You'll be so satisfied. You discover that you have learned something. You know, your confidence will start increasing. So let's stack ourselves. It's a sacrifice. I'm very sure you know your money is involved. So please, I'm accessible. Please, I'm accessible, but we can't continue like this. You know, Anita and the other person they were angry. I understand why they were angry, because they were expecting that I will create out time to attend to them. Yes, as much as I want to create time to attend to them, I also have other things I'm also attending, I'm giving attention to, you know. So please, let's help ourselves, let's help each other. I'll be so happy. My happiness will be at the end of the day, you are able to use these tools very well. You may not be that excellent in it, but you're okay, you know. So, but it will take extra effort from you. So please, let's get committed, please. So Mr. Akin, thank you so much. Thank you for that word of advice. And thank you for making today and yesterday available for the class. So we'll wrap it up today and we'll continue on Tuesday and on Wednesday. I'm still accessible between today and Tuesday. So you can chat me. If you have any question, any concern, put it up on the help desk. That help desk, I was expecting that help desk will be saturated with a lot of questions, but I hardly see. People prefer private chatting me. I don't have any problem with that, but I feel that that question you're asking can be beneficial to somebody else. You know, if I answer that, answer it from another person again. You know, so let's take advantage of it. So thank you everyone for today. Thank you. I just hope that everybody will get it right somehow. I understand the challenge you're facing. It's normal. It's normal. Everybody that started had this kind of situation, you know. But at some point you will get over it. You know, you're trying to open your mind to absorb something that is strange, you know. So, but it's not that deep. Let's have a positive mindset that I can. Yes, I can, and we'll get it right. You know. I'm not going to leave you guys. I'm not going to run away from you guys. I see you guys as my project, you know. That's how I see it. That's why you see me out of my schedule to make sure this is done. So you are like my legacy. So
thank you.
Yeah, so if you get it right, I'm fulfilled. Yeah. So as much as possible, I will ensure that everybody, not everybody, everybody that is committed, get it right. So thank you. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Have a blessed week.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
All right.
Night.
Thank you. Good night.